Oh, as I said, that call from Win with Black Women is what inspired all the other groups. So White Dudes for Harris raised a bunch of money. Lead organizer Ross Morales Roquetto is here, right? Ross? And I hear that my producer told me you've been working in politics a long time, and that really for more than 20 years, and that you said you hadn't seen anything like this.
I haven't seen anything like this since 2008.
Yep.
When President Obama was elected. And when he got elected, it was about a newness and a hope. This time, it's about an exuberance and an excitement that you only get from hard-fought wins and hard-fought losses and knowing what's at stake. And that's why we're not going back.
That's why we're not going back. We're not going back. Thank you, Mr. White Dude. Thank you so much.
Boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. I gotta tell you guys, the Kamala Harris campaign seems to be getting more and more and more desperate by the day, okay? Because they are struggling with men, okay? They are losing men in the Midwest. And that's a problem, because the whole point of having Tim Walz on Kamala Harris's ticket was to appeal to men in the Rust Belt in the Midwest. However, that's just not happening, right? It's not happening at the rate that Kamala needs it to happen in order to beat Trump. And because of that, they have basically gotten to desperation mode by releasing campaign ads targeting men overtly. Like, for example, a couple days ago, I did a video about Tim Walz's campaign ad in which he basically pretended to fix one of his used cars, right? One of his older vehicles that is not very climate friendly, by the way, right? He attempted to fix the cruise control in the car, except he didn't actually fix the cruise control in the vehicle. He really just took the clean air filter out of the vehicle and put it back in while talking about Project 2025, right? And that's it. He didn't actually show you how to fix anything. But here's the reality. White Dudes for Harris wouldn't know any better, right? So they wouldn't be able to recognize that the dude just didn't even fix the vehicle at all. He didn't do what he claimed that he was going to show you how to do. Regardless, this is a clear sign of desperation, okay? Because, again, the Kamala campaign is struggling with men. She's struggling so much that even the mainstream liberal media is admitting that, yeah, Kamala Harris, she needs help trying to attract men to her campaign. Take a look.
Kamala Harris is turning to her running mate, Tim Walz, hoping he is the secret weapon who can chip away at Donald Trump's support from men. CNN's Jeff Zeleny takes a closer look.
Cracks in the glass ceiling aren't enough. We need to make sure that that glass ceiling is shattered and Kamala Harris steps through.
Tim Walz is hard at work on one of his most important assignments.
You saw it. Kamala Harris can take care of herself. Our job is to do the blocking and tackling and cover her back.
He and his running mate rarely discuss gender, yet the gender gap may help decide the election. Strong support from women has put Kamala Harris within reach of defeating Donald Trump.
When we fight, we win!
Her campaign is racing to win over another critical set of voters, men.
It would be phenomenal to have the first female president, and that's exciting. Yeah. Also, Donald Trump is a strong president, you know. He gets things done.
Anthony Hernandez, a 36-year-old North Carolina voter, is among those at the center of an intense tug-of-war. His ultimate decision holds clues for November.
So are you undecided?
Definitely undecided, yeah. I didn't know Kamala was so well-spoken, you know. That was a change from Biden.
The Trump campaign is working to widen its advantage with male voters overall, particularly young men, with the former president deploying old-school muscle.
Let Trumpomania run wild, brother!
As Democrats take a far different approach to chip away at Trump's edge, with Walz speaking directly to husbands and fathers.
Do you want J.D. Vance deciding about your wife and daughter's health?
His frequent retort on abortion rights.
Mind your own damn business.
struck a chord with Toby Pierce, who saw Walls Tuesday night in Asheville.
It's none of your damn business is my motto now. I think that's a wonderful way to talk about the whole abortion and reproductive rights.
At a rain-soaked rally, Alex Vigil and Kevin Miller said they believe Trump exhaustion could help Democrats make inroads with men and women alike.
I'm seeing a lot less Trump flags in our parking lot. I'm seeing a lot more of my staff who used to be for Trump are a little more excited or a little pushing Trump away.
I'm hoping that it's going to be a surprise. There'll be a lot more men than we think.
This t-shirt was a gift to Bruce Sargent from his daughter after Trump was first elected. He knows he's in the minority when it comes to how many men vote.
We're going to rely on a lot of the women showing out. The men just need to just stand behind those women and come out with them.
It's an open question just how many men will do that. Even those here, like Stanley Benedict, not fully enamored with Trump, plan to vote for him.
He's got a big ego, and sometimes it's a little too big because he'll toot his horn a lot. But I support him because he proved himself.
While the outcome of the Trump-Harris duel may turn on the gender gap or the balance of who men and women support, in this election, gender itself is far less a part of the discussion.
Kamala Harris isn't talking about the historic nature of this. She just puts her nose down and does the work.
That gender gap will be one of the central challenges for both sides in the final stretch of this campaign. Dana, a new poll out this morning from the New York Times makes that point specifically. Harris down some 14 points among men, Trump down 12 points among women. That could make the difference as both sides try to claw back from support from the respective sides.
Yeah, so you see that, you hear that. I hope you guys are picking up on the clear but yet disturbing pattern that we're seeing among men, and I use that word very loosely, okay, when describing these individuals that are for Kamala Harris, okay? There seems to be a very disturbing pattern that shows up when you examine their behaviors and how they carry themselves and their gesticulations and just general vibes, right? I mean, it just doesn't seem very masculine, right? It seems very feminine. It seems very soft, okay? It seems very much not like how a man should carry themselves, okay? Which is why they are voting for Kamala Harris, okay? But they know this, right? They understand this, and this is why they're desperate, right? And desperation leads to ad campaigns like this one right here, which is from White Dudes for Harris, right? This is their launch video, and let's just say this was an epic disaster because this video got absolutely ratioed into oblivion, right? As you can see here, 8,000 plus dislikes, only 2,000 likes, 109,000 views, and got toasted in the comment section as well too. We're gonna read that after playing this video.
Hey, white dudes. So I think we're all pretty sick of hearing how much we suck. Every time you go online, it's the same story. We're the problem. And yeah, some white dudes are. Trump and all his MAGA buddies are out there making it worse. Shout.
How racist is this? They're basically saying, look, you're not a good white guy if you support Trump, right? If you're on Trump's side, you're not a good white guy. You can only be a good white guy if you're liberal, right? But if you're a conservative white guy, you're a bad white guy, right? This is the same thing they do with black people as well too, right? You're a good black person if you support Democrats. You're a bad black person if you support conservatives and Republicans, right? You're a sellout, you are a racial slur, you're this, you're that, right? You're the worst thing ever, okay? If you are a black person that supports Republicans. Why is it that this type of racial division, like overt racism, why is this acceptable from Democrats, right? Why is there not massive backlash against this type of race baiting, overt race baiting from the Democrats? Again, it's almost as if Democrats aren't held to any standards, right? Republicans are held to the highest of standards because we know damn well Trump could never get away. He could never get away with this type of ad campaign, right? Overtly targeting white guys. They call it a Klan rally campaign ad, right? This is what they do. They say, oh, this is a ad for the Klan, right? This is what they call it. If there were white dudes for Trump, this is what they compare it to. But when it's white dudes for Democrats, which, by the way, I mean, considering how the Democrat Party, they are the party of the Klan, right? I don't understand why they're not the same rallying calls against this type of overt race baiting, right? I don't understand. I don't get it. I really don't.
Shouting nonsense in their stupid red hats and acting like they speak for us when they don't. All they've ever done is screw us over. But if you're not on the MAGA train, where do you go? Isn't it just swapping out one crappy option for another? Then it hit me. This isn't about picking teams. It's about who's got a plan that's gonna make life better for me and my family. So I've been doing my own research and decided to check out Kamala Harris and Tim Walz. And before you jump down my throat, they're actually...
Yeah, well, I'm sure white dudes for Harris, you're used to things going down your throat, right? So, I mean, that's just par for the course.
Talking to guys like us. No lectures, no BS. Just real solutions that protect our freedoms and help us take care of the people who matter. And honestly, I think Harris and Walz are the ones to make that happen. End of the day, you're your own man. It's your call. But if anyone gives you crap about it, tell them it's none of their damn business.
Wow. Wow. So again, this is what they're doing, right? This is the race baiting here from Democrats, from the left. Again, they say, oh, Kamala's not trying to make this about race. No, you're making it about race, right? Everybody else around her is making it about race. If she didn't want to make it about race, she would come out and disavow this. She'd say, no, I don't support this type of racialized politics. If anything, it would actually help her, right? It would actually help her out a lot if she was to come out and say, nah, I don't want this. Like, I don't like this. I don't think that this is how our politics should be. We shouldn't have this type of overt racial pandering, right? Division, really, that's what it is in our politics. But she's not going to, because she's not even smart enough to realize that this is not good for her, right? Quote, how do you do, fellow white men? This sounds like Michael Scott explaining what prison was like. I'm actually 100% confident that this was vetted by precisely nobody with a brain. This might be the first campaign ad that actually loses votes. If you do your own research and come to the conclusion that you should vote for Harris, I don't even know what to tell you. Facts. Facts. I mean, that's what this basically comes down to, right? It's the same people where it's like, do your own research. When people criticize Kamala Harris's identity, they say, well, I don't know if Kamala Harris is black. Well, do your own research. And I'm like, well, if you do your own research, I'm not sure how you can come to the conclusion that Kamala Harris is black. Again, it's just funny how that works. I'm so happy to have someone address me by my skin color. It's very humanizing. Yeah, this is just straight up white identity politics. That's what it is. Again, would never be acceptable for the GOP. Never. They would never allow the GOP to get away with this, right? But Democrats, though, they can do white identity politics and it's fine. It's totally okay. Quote, hey, ChatGPT, can you write a script for white dudes to vote for Kamala Harris, but also don't use too much effort because I'm low on data? Some Kamala intern who made this the night before it was due. Why don't they just make an ad that says, we just don't want men voting for us? At least it would be honest. Facts. They don't want men voting for them, right? The Democrat Party is not a party for men, not straight males. Okay, maybe, again, if you're not straight, if you have low testosterone, okay, fine, I can see it. But not for any straight male with normal T. Like, it's just not a party for real men, right? It's just not. It is what it is. Oh, please, please, please air this ad as much as possible for election day. Facts. Facts. I love it. I wasn't going to vote for either candidate, but after watching this ad, I'm voting for Trump. Has the writer of this ad ever spoken to a man? The lack of testosterone is as amazing as the cringe factor. It's so bad I can't even believe it's real. A woman definitely wrote this. Before this video, I was on the fence about voting for Harris. I'm definitely voting for Trump now. Yeah, I mean, this is, yeah, it's bad, right? It's really bad. Again, if this is what they want to do, hey, it is what it is. I don't think it's going to work, but hey, desperate times calls for desperate measures, right? This is, again, what you do when you're not really winning, right? When you're winning, you don't do stuff like this, right? You do stuff like this when you're losing and you know you're losing. So this is like a Hail Mary play. Okay, let's try to get the white dudes. Let's just start talking to them straight up, right? And I honestly think that this is going to backfire. So, hey, let me know what you guys think. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Most importantly, share a Black conservative perspective. Peace.